Okay, so in part of our commitments to each other, a big part of what we do as a professional learning community is coming together and having a common knowledge and a common understanding about big things. And so in your first sheet where it said these are the expectations of our staff, so if you want to be part of Mason Crest, these are some of the things you're going to have to do. And two big things that you had to commit to was participating in a balanced literacy course, and that meant everybody. Physical education teacher, instructional assistants, preschool, through counselors, everybody who's a part of the instructional staff is part of that balanced literacy course. And in the same sense, we have a math course called Piecing It Together that's going to build a common knowledge around the best practices in math and also to strengthen the content knowledge of teachers. So both of those avenues are giving our entire staff a place where we can come together and say, you know what, when we say this, we all know what that meant. And then what we discovered between language arts and math, there were so many things that were connected. Quality talk is quality talk in math and language arts. You know, so there were a lot of things when you're talking about, you know, what does your classroom space look like so that it is good for student learning? It looked the same in math and language arts. People were putting together some things, and then the goals that they're setting for themselves as a teacher in language arts were good goals for math as well. And so we were really coming together in a lot of ways in that respect. So our professional development is a huge piece, and we all participate together. And then when we talk about learning by doing, so that's taking a class, that's all well and good, right? But in order to really have that come to light, we have to have very purposeful planning. And so each week, our teachers come together as their grade level teams, and they plan together as a team. And they are also guided by the math leaders and the reading leaders in the school so that we can do two things. We want to have plans at the end of that meeting, right? We want to know what is it that we're going to do each week. But we also want to be able to continue that process of building common best practices and strengthening content. So within that meeting, we can do all of those things. We're unpacking standards. We're digging deep into the content. We're looking at what best strategies are going to help students. And we're broadening teacher understanding by applying it to real things that they're about to go do in the classroom. So that's one of the ways that we continue that professional development process. So we use OneNote to really keep track of what it is that we're doing and what we're planning. So when we're thinking about what questions we're going to ask, what anchor charts are we going to use, we're putting this together so that we have a collective understanding of what we're setting out to accomplish that week. And this is a live document. So it's up on the projector and everybody has access to it. So it's not just Jen, the math specialist, typing up and then sending it out to teams later that week, or the team leader from 4th grade saying, okay, I got this week's math lessons, you have this week's social studies lessons, you have this week's reading lessons, and we'll send and communicate by email later in the week. We produce it live together, and we work through the details of these lessons as a team. And then we have it forever. We can come back to this next year and make adjustments and really dig further into differentiation and all of those things. And since they're linked to our server, like these math boxes that you see here, if you click it, it opens up a document that if it gets altered, it saves right to the server and we don't have to resave and make sure everybody's got another copy of that. It's there immediately.